Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have a brand new PlayStation 5 firmware update that may have helped out a lot of really big old school issues, especially when it comes to PS4, and as well as some other little various things too as well when it comes to backwards capability, which is actually really nice to go talk about that, as well as some other little various random things with some big brand new IPs coming out, some brand new news when it comes to Final Fantasy 16, some brand new development stuff, and a lot of little various things as well all throughout this video. So if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy, and as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new upcoming. We have a few more giveaways in the way, just so you guys all know. We're actually talking with some companies, gonna have some of that stuff on the way. We'll have the Twitter and Twitch down below if you guys want to follow, and of course, also the just general links all down below. Give me your thoughts. So, the very first and foremost, we actually have some pretty cool news when it comes to a PlayStation 5 firmware update, and I think I've actually been hearing some rumors as well. This also might be affecting and or will be affecting future games too on top of this. So anyone who's ever been involved in like the streaming or using stuff like the PS Plus Extra / Premium, or as well just general like gaming streaming as a whole, and as well also the past console generations. So as you guys may or may not know, I think we've been seeing some issues with prior gens where there's not 100% perfect, but a big thing over here is one of the bigger games that I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of, Shadow of Colossus, basically, well, has the latest little fix. So basically, the PlayStation 5 firmware update has fixed an overlooked PS4 backwards capability issue with a nice little fix-up over here. So basically, there was a lot of skepticism over here for the PlayStation 5 backwards capabilities prior to the release itself, but apparently it turned out really good. So practically now the entire PS4's library works on Sony's new-gen console, and the benefits of the improved performance and faster loading times. Of course, that just means the transition between PlayStation platforms has never been easier, and obviously has made these most recent games been great. The one big thing to note is basically there's been a reoccurring texture streaming issue that's been affecting a lot of these different types of games. What does that really mean? Basically just means like if you're ever trying to go utilize all these prior gen games, like it's just kind of like, I don't know how to word it better. Let's say you're trying to go do like play like an N64. Now the N64 was specifically made for the N64. And now granted, some things can also be emulated, but traditionally probably running better on the main console until you go and utilize the future technology we have to make it a little bit better. So I hope that's like that's a lot of what ifs. If you guys have emulated, I'm sure you guys know that like you could probably play games like 4K from N64 games. But anyway, either way, it's kind of like it basically runs a lot better, more seamlessly and quicker on the technology it was built on. And of course, you can technically have like a better internet, better streaming, better architecture, better GPU, CPUs to run and optimize games. You still have to go and implement it and make it all work. So this is basically what happened over here with this brand new PlayStation 5 firmware update, where they are now actually making the assets for some odd reason before used to be very, very low quality, low resolution, just basically people didn't really know why. Basically, they just assumed the game was just like maybe just a bad port or just bad files or whatever it might be. But basically, anyone trying to utilize this on the PlayStation 5 was a little bit on the sadder side because you're playing on newer technology. You want to have that 4K, you want to have the nice graphics, you want to make everything all look good, vibe good, and feel good. And that's kind of how I feel. I always feel like you want to make everything good. You want to make it golden. You want to make it nice. And in my mind, I'm kind of the same boat. So basically, this just affected a lot of the different types of things of this Blue Point remake. So fortunately, a recent firmware update has now completely resolved this issue, suggesting now that Sony had quietly upgraded the system's backwards capability behind the scenes. Now, it's a little bit of a bigger and cooler update because we haven't really seen too much big public note, like a PlayStation blog post, or like one of those like big like announcements where it's like, hey guys, we're gonna make the old generation of streaming even better. Wait out for this next update next week, a few weeks ago. So it's gonna seem like this update actually kind of just came in clutch. And because I'm sure you guys would agree, if you guys are playing a game, or you guys want to play a game, you want to make it good. You want to enjoy it. You want to be able to go and like, well, have the nice graphics if you spend $500 plus the streaming service subscription or the money for the game itself. And I would agree, like you want to make sure it's all good. And well, funny enough, it wasn't. Like people actually have complained about this issue before. I've seen people, we even made a few videos on it back in the day, where just sometimes the older games, especially things even like PS1, PS2, were just released on a buggy, unoptimized mess. It just wasn't good. It wasn't vibey at all. So people are paying extra money and they're not even getting the game that they should kind of deserve. So right now there actually has been a lot of other users, I'll show you guys in a second, that have been doing and providing like comparison pictures as well. So there's a big thing too. It's nice. Like we like these random big things too as well. So here's a good example if you guys want to look at some of the pictures and some of the photos. If you kind of see like some of the comparisons on the textures and everything else. Like some textures just seem a lot more full, look a lot more nicer. It just kind of seems more in depth. It feels more alive, and it kind of feels like it's actually taking advantage of the PlayStation 5. Like we have this nice and huge console, so we just want to make sure everything's good. You want to be able to go utilize it. Like you said, you don't want to drop $500 and not even get a good system out of the end of the day. So all around good stuff. Nice little sneaky update in case you guys missed it, or in case you guys are part of this prior gen stuff. This probably maybe a really good picture right here for the comparisons. You know, the actual little like grass particles, more details, more rocks, the textures on the rocks themselves look a lot nicer. Just everything is a little bit cooler. So just in case you guys are curious in the prior gen or streaming, make sure you guys go use it and check it out. And thank you, Sony, for being on top of that, for giving us that good deal. Now, some other things kind of go talk about over here is going to be in regards now to the actual Final Fantasy bundle. I'm sure you guys have heard us talk about this. We may make more of a separate video, but the Final Fantasy 16 console bundle can now be pre-ordered. So it doesn't really matter that much because the prior pre-orders, such as the God of War ones, pretty much, I don't think, ever really sold out. So the stock will probably be there for a while. But just in case you guys do want to pick it up, the Final Fantasy 16 console bundles are now up and available. Sadly, I don't believe you get like a cool case or controller. I do believe those are sold separately. If you guys have heard the news that was most recently announced, and you guys can maybe see on the little thing like right here, where they do actually have some custom cool stuff. Like, it's neat, it's cool. But basically, if you guys do want to go pick up the console itself and you just haven't gotten it yet, don't forget, I do believe the God of War bundle might still be on sale. Link down below. I could be wrong, but I do think the disc edition is still that $10 just bonus for the game, so $5.10, which I still would probably recommend. God of War is a really good game, and I'm sure a lot of folks are going to pick it on up. If I had to say, you'd probably get that because there's no difference in the console you're getting. I think the only difference is the box. Like this box art right here. So, I mean, if you want to go get it, you can always just go digitally buy Final Fantasy 16 or buy like Best Buy, Amazon, whatever, and be all around fine if you guys would like. But if you guys do want to, it is now available as of right this second too as well. So creep on that stuff if you guys would like. All around cool news with that. Now, some other kind of cool things that there actually has been some rumors, I think, with Hogwarts Legacy, maybe having a possible sequel already either planned / announced. So a lot of folks actually noticed and how much money Hogwarts Legacy has made. They've done a pretty good job, at least in my opinion, in terms of selling the game, marketing the game, all controversy aside. So Hogwarts Legacy metric success is kind of an old hat at this point, so it should be no surprise to learn that another project is already in the offering too. We've also been hearing rumors on the Quidditch stuff too as well, because, well, I actually signed up for the beta, and I was still very upset that the Hogwarts Quidditch Champions was never in this game. It almost does kind of seem like they specifically made sure to not include it in this game so they can go and sell the game in the future, which I guess makes sense, but it probably would have made the game a little bit better. I probably would have been okay paying the extra money just to have a DLC. So basically, of course, right now there is apparently a big thing over here from Warner Bros. Where they might have a chance to be working on a new thing, where it says Avalanche Software Division of Warner Brothers Games Inc. seeks a software engineer to join our talented team working on an unannounced AAA console title. As a member of our studio's engineering team, he'll be collaborating with the designers, artists, and other engineers to develop immersive gameplay experiences with industry-leading visuals. Relocation to Salt Lake City, Utah is required, though. So basically, going to be developing game systems, maintaining tools for production, collaborating with other engineers, etc., and they're basically trying their best to go put all this stuff to find someone who can help make the game. They basically use game engines for Unreal Engine, they use Windows and all that stuff. So if you guys even want to apply, if you guys really like the game for whatever reason, feel free to. But it's kind of cool to see there actually might be another game already in the works or planning to be in the works in the very near future. We kind of let you guys know how that kind of goes on. Although it will probably take quite some time. There was no, I think, proposed DLC for the game itself, so we'll probably have a brand new one built from the start. Last but not least, we apparently have a new Bungie, new IP might be ditching a brand like the old school Tiger engine for Unreal Engine 5 with also another brand new job listing suggestion, which once again, Unreal has been the pinnacle, and PlayStation does currently own a part of Unreal. They have invested into Unreal itself. So in case you guys are curious, Bungie does have a lot of games in their game system and catalog. They've been working on games besides just Bungie. But one big thing is Bungie had their own Tiger engine, which was very nice, although Unreal is the GOAT of all game industries. So most job listings for this unannounced game IP require experience with Unreal Engine, which has sparked speculation in the community, which once again, though, it makes sense because people are just switching to it. It's just well made. It's the best system. And as I mentioned, PlayStation does have a big equity stake in it. So basically, if Unreal makes money, because a PlayStation game does well, that means that PlayStation's making money because they own a part of Unreal. It's kind of like the business side. So there's one particular job ad stood out, and it's explicitly mentioned Unreal Engine 5, which is the latest generation of Epic's Unreal Engine released last year. This job listing is for the gameplay engineering lead, who will work on a new IP and a new genre at Bungie with lighthearted and whimsical characters. So as well, I'm also kind of curious on what Bungie is being worked on, because a lot of folks are going to be kind of curious because Bungie and Destiny 2 have been iconic, same as Halo, and they usually make good environments and worlds. But at the end of the day, we still want to see what their new IPs are going to go. Are they going to flop or are they going to not? We'll have to see. But anyway, guys, good brand new updates. Love seeing that stuff. Cool brand new consoles coming out. Cool stuff with that. I'm overall pretty happy with all this news, so give me your thoughts and comments and everything down below. As well as swing by the Twitch if you guys want to, as well as check out the Twitter, subscribe, and give me your thoughts. And I love you guys all. See you guys tomorrow.